What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to this week's first, probably out of two?
I would say
episodes of the greatest podcast on turf. Today we're back. We're going to be discussing what's going on in the NFC West currently, because the Seahawks last week, as you guys all know, kind of blew up. The Cardinals lost some pieces today in free agency start. So yeah, you ready to get into it? Be sure to check out our exclusive segment from this week. Probably first, only maybe another one coming. It depends on how the rest of free agency goes. We discussed the free agency. We've recapped our thoughts on some of the huge contracts, the good, the bad, some of the moves we may see through the rest of the week in free agency. There's still some pretty big names out there. As we are recording this, like Teron Armstead's out there, Odell, Von Miller, Chandler Jones. The big guys like that, Bobby Wagner is still available. So
Watson's basically a free agent.
Deshaun Watson's pretty much a free agent. So yeah, things could change from the time we're recording this to when we record that video, and even when we record the next video. So yeah, show us some love, and here's a word from our sponsor.
Little Italy Pizzeria. They got the best cheesesteaks, the best pizza in all of Delaware. 2 locations. One of those in Middletown, Delaware. The other one is in Townsend. It is a great family business and great food, great people, great prices. Be sure to come in and check it out. Let them know that we sent you. Let them know that you listen to the greatest podcast on turf. They will take care of you. Show proof that you're subscribed, and they will hook you up with an additional discount.
Follow us on TikTok. Sorry.
Yes, but like he said, be sure to check out our exclusive segment if you want to see our free agency of the whole entire league. In this episode, we are going to be touching on teams that are really just in the NFC West. Eventually, we will get to the other divisions, but if you want to hear the free agency of the whole entire NFL, be sure to check out that exclusive segment, and there probably most likely will be another one the way that this is going.
Yeah, there will.
Without further ado, the Seattle Seahawks.
The Seattle Seahawks.
Nice, that was very creative. The Seattle Seahawks, they are in a pretty crappy stage, one would argue. Salary cap, they're probably top dogs. Somebody look that up. I'll look that up in a second. Draft picks, they have 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, and 7 rounds. So, they're pretty good in the draft.
Salary cap, they're now third with $42 million.
Third in salary cap. They probably shouldn't spend it, but they are third in salary cap. So they don't have money problems. That's one good thing. They have a lot of draft capital. That's another good thing.
They just don't have any good players. They bought back Quandre Diggs in free agency. We talked about that more on the YouTube video. Be sure to check that out.
They have Disley. They also brought him back.
They did bring Will Disley back.
Good for them.
That's about it, though. That's about all they have going for them.
Yeah, it sounds like Bobby Wagner is going to be gone.
Bobby Wagner is gone.
Not yet. They cut him.
Yeah, they cut him.
Gerald Everett's probably going to go.
Oh, you guys lost him.
No, he wasn't on our team last year. I don't know why they did that.
He was last year.
I don't know, but I know he wasn't a Cowboy. I think he was a Bronco.
Maybe
he was a Viking.
Oh,
and I don't know why they tied that to Dallas.
I was gonna say that's why I saw it. I was like,
because I got a notification for it. I'm like, he wasn't a Cowboy last year. I don't even understand. He started out as it, but anyways, the Seahawks, they got one thing that they got to do, and that one thing is don't spend money in free agency because that's for suckers. The second thing they got to do is, they have 2 things, I guess. Draft well.
Yeah.
And that's
they have
really
to draft well. That's the biggest thing.
They're rocking with Drew Lock this year. I don't hate it. I wouldn't go out and sign a quarterback. There's no need to. Nobody's that much better than Drew Lock out there.
No.
You're not getting Watson. You know what I mean? I doubt he comes there. And nobody's really better than Drew Lock. If we're talking, Jimmy G is, but Jimmy G ain't going to bring the Seattle Seahawks anything valuable. Seahawks need to, take a couple years off. This team has been good for the past, 20 years? Give or take?
I guess, yes.
Not 20, 15.
Yeah,
however long Russell Wilson's been there, this team has been solid.
They made a Super Bowl with Matt Hasselbeck.
Yeah, they've been solid.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that
time... The end of the road.
For at least now.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll might be gone soon. I wouldn't be surprised. Unless they think that he can have a rebuild in him. But I just think that the Seahawks need to unload these pieces that they got. If Jamal Adams can go, probably let him go. Tyler Lockett, he's got to go. I love Tyler Lockett, but he's just not good for the team.
Gerald Everett, it sounds like he's talking to Cincy right now.
That's not bad if it's cheap for Cincy. Shelby Harris, I think he's got to go.
Yeah.
He's a good player. He's just not good for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Will Disley, he's young, so I mean it's decent keeping him. DK, I guess you got to keep him. That's your piece if you got to build around.
Yeah, I guess. Kind
Jordan
of like what
Brooks
the
is
Falcons are
young.
about to have to do with Kyle Pitts.
Noah Fant's real young, so you have a couple pieces. You really just need to get that quarterback and kind of get you on the right spot. They do have pick number 9.
Yeah.
So who they looking at?
Best player available.
Even if
personally,
quarterbacks out there?
I think that they'll have their pick of the litter at quarterback, except Malik Willis, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, especially if the Panthers get Watson, that takes them out of the if the Panthers get Watson, that takes them out of the quarterback market in the top 10 picks. I would say the only other team you'd have to watch out for is the Giants. I'm pulling up. I did a couple mock drafts yesterday, actually. I did a 2-round mock draft on the 10th, and I did one last night.
Atlanta.
I think Malik Willis
could do it
too. I guess Atlanta could. The only quarterback needy teams, I think the Texans are going to stick with Davis Longneck. What?
How did the Giants get Chicago's pick? What did they trade?
For Justin Fields, remember?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Come on.
So I mean, the only assuming the Panthers get Watson, the only teams that realistically could draft a quarterback without any trades, the Falcons and the Giants.
Yeah.
And I think the Giants are going to, just because they tried to get Mitch Trubisky real bad, I heard.
Yeah, they were.
They tried to go get Mitch Trubisky. So I think the Giants are going to take a quarterback with one of those picks. So you're probably looking at, if I had to guess, that's Desmond Ridder at 5 or 7. And then Atlanta, I don't know. So I mean, you're probably looking, I mocked Derek Stingley to them at 9, just because kind of go best player available, or I thought about one of the edge rushers just because that's such a cornerstone piece to the defense and they really don't have much there. So I mean, they have a good pick. They could always trade back even to build up more draft capital if they wanted to.
Probably wouldn't be,
because I'm telling you, especially if the Panthers get Watson, teams are going to try to jump up for a quarterback. I mean,
yeah. And
Minnesota, Cleveland, maybe Philly, now that they just got Reddick, that crossed out one of them needs, the Saints maybe. I mean, there's a lot of teams that could be on the move up for a quarterback. They are going to try and win. I mean, I guarantee you a lot of these teams are going to try and jump up, because I think Malik Willis at 2 is a lock at this point.
And, yeah, the Texans, if they end up trading Watson, they'd probably move back, too.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't, need the 3 and 6 pick. They'll probably dump that 6 pick off to a team that needs a quarterback.
Or dump 3 off, depending who's there, because I think Hutch goes 1 now. That the Jags bought in 2 offensive, or they bought back Robinson and bought in Brandon Sheriff.
I don't know. I feel like they could still go all out for
That's true. I mean, this isn't a mock draft, so that'll probably
and
be
I wouldn't
next
blame
week.
them.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, never know. But no, I think at 9 for the Seahawks, it's literally best player available. It's not a quarterback.
You don't want them taking a quarterback?
No.
That's fair.
I don't know. I mean, I think if they want to, they should have their pick of the litter. Not to contradict what I said earlier. If they do want a quarterback, they should have their pick of the litter, as long as teams don't go jumping them. But I don't think they should take a quarterback.
Are you saying that because you think Drew Lock's the answer, or you think they should just wait?
I'm saying that because I think they should just wait.
That's fair. Okay.
I mean, because you're not... how much better or worse are you going to be with Drew Lock at quarterback than some rookie quarterback you're throwing to the Wolves with DK Metcalf just to go against the hardest
you wouldn't
division
even do
of
that.
football?
You would still start Drew Lock, and you would let that quarterback sit for a year.
That's true, but...
I mean, it's just a matter of preference, because it's a matter of how fast do you want to rebuild. If you want to rebuild quick, then you draft a quarterback and you start him next year.
Yeah.
But if you want to take your time, then I guess you don't draft a quarterback and you take one next year.
In theory, they should have a shot at Trayvon Walker, who's a stud. Jermaine Johnson.
They got a shot at everybody at 9.
They have a shot at everyone that's not a top 2 offensive tackle, Malik Willis, and one of the top 2 edge.
Yeah.
Unless Kayvon Thibodeau falls. I saw a mock draft that had him going like 22nd. Had him going to Buffalo. That someone posted, which was horrible. But yeah, the Seahawks, I mean, I really think that they just got to rebuild. I mean, I think this is at least a 2-year rebuild. That's what I think. I think that they're going to be really bad next year, which is a given, and then maybe the year after that. But within 3 years, I think they should be back to semi-competitive if they play their cards right.
It'll probably take longer because they're in Seattle, but
it's fair.
We'll see. If they're perfect, they'll be back by then. But
if they do it how I would do it in Madden franchise, they'll be back in 2 years.
I ain't really saying much, but...
I mean, in a year. Because I'll go out, trade all my draft picks, bring in Justin Herbert,
Yeah, I know.
Quinn Nelson's real easy to trade for.
Anyways, next.
Arizona Cardinals, who fucking suck.
Who left? Chase Edmonds left. Christian Kirk left. We'll touch on that more in the YouTube video this week.
They bought back
the 4-year, $72 million deal.
Zach Ertz was a very good signing for them.
Ain't bad. Good for them.
I mean, he was Kyler's biggest weapon when Hop went down.
So the Arizona Cardinals, they are what in salary cap?
I'll tell you in a second. I clicked off the thing because I'm a jackass. Wrong one. Where is it at? Cap tracker. Here we go. Sorry, I clicked the wrong one. The Arizona Cardinals are currently 21 in cap. They have just under $10 million, 9.8 mil.
And they have a shit ton of draft picks this year.
Yes.
1 round 1, 2 round 2, 1 round 3, 1 round 4, 2 round 5, 2 round 6, 2 round 7. You know, those 7s and 6s probably ain't going to work out, but if one of those players works out from 6 to 7, that's a win.
Yeah.
Maybe one of those 5s work out. That would be a win.
Yeah.
And I'd say, you know, the 1 and the 2-2s will probably be decent players. I
mean, they have a lot. I mean, they already lost 2 of their offensive pieces from last year. They bought back James Conner.
Good for them for not bringing back Christian Kirk, because Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Christian Kirk is the 3rd highest paid receiver in football, if you don't know, behind Julio Jones and fucking DeAndre Hopkins.
Extending James Conner, I think that was dumb.
Yeah.
But, you know, they didn't break the bank.
And he wasn't terrible last year, for being real.
Yeah, they didn't break the bank, so, you know, that's fine.
They probably ain't getting Chandler Jones back.
I probably don't even know if I'd want it back.
And then, I mean, that's really where Robert Alford still plays.
I feel like the Cardinals need to go young and kind of revamp a little bit. Because they're not that good.
I don't think they can. Cliff's on the hot seat this year, bro.
I don't know why. I don't get why he is.
Because he's not that good of a coach.
And why do you say that? He's gotten better every year. And his roster
he
ain't that
won
good.
Nothing.
What other coaches have won something in the first 3 years?
Zach Taylor.
And that's the one guy you can name.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that's more guys than you thought I could name.
Whatever. I mean, you're really just...
No, I know.
Not many coaches have a winning record like Cliff Kingsbury.
What do the Cardinals do? You think they should just revamp? What do they have? 3 top 2-round picks? It's a good start for going younger.
I mean, they're already kind of young. There's J.J. Watt, he sucks. I don't know why they signed him. He's not that good.
No.
Chandler Jones, he's old. He's got to go. Devon Kennard, I'm pretty sure he's old too. Ronnie Hudson's old, but it was a decent...
Yeah.
DJ Humphries just sucks. I'm not sure why he's a $19 million cap hit.
Because they just gave him a contract extension.
He sucks. So
Byron Murphy, Zaven Collins, Isaiah Simmons, Kelvin Beachum.
I feel like the Cardinals, they just gotta give Kyler no line
and some fucking weapons, because they don't got AJ Green anymore. I mean, who wasn't really all that anyway, and they just lost Christian Kirk.
They have Rondale Moore as a gadget guy, and they have no other receivers.
Then Hopkins, who hasn't really been healthy over the past few years. So, I mean, I think this is setting up for them to draft a wide receiver round 1.
I hope they do line, because...
Who did I just mocked? I mean, not that anyone cares. I mocked George Karlaftis to them. This was like post-free. This is like pre-free agency, though.
I hope they do offensive line. That's what they need more than anything.
Yeah, I guess you can.
When you have a young quarterback, you just need to give him a line. Unfortunately.
Yeah. But, I mean, the Cardinals, they're in a weird spot.
Yeah, there's nobody on the Cardinals that you're like...
No. Because, I mean...
It's literally Kyler and D-Hop.
Yeah.
Isaiah Simmons, if he
I love Isaiah
gets
Simmons.
better. It's just not working out.
He didn't have a bad year last year.
Yeah, but he's not being the top 10 pick that he should be.
That's fair.
Rondale Moore is a stud of an athlete.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
Nah, the Cardinals, they're in a weird spot. Because it's like, you got your franchise quarterback. But in theory, how long after you draft your franchise quarterback is it until, like, you should be competitive? Because, I mean, I'm not saying Kyler's as good as Herbert or Burrow, but 2 years in, both of them guys are studs. I mean, how long? It's been what?
Kyler's better than Herbert. He's done more than Herbert.
I'm just saying, though, like, as a whole, though, I mean, like, the Cardinals and the Chargers are about the same. But Kyler's a year or 2 ahead of Herbert. So I'm saying is, like, how long until you start to go into panic mode after drafting your franchise quarterback number 1 overall and you're not winning anything or you're not even being competitive in your division. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, how long until it's like, what are we doing wrong? Is Kyler Murray not the answer? Does Cliff Kingsbury need to go?
Were you saying the same thing about the Ravens?
You could. I mean, when we talk about the Ravens, I'm sure if I think about it, it'll be the same argument.
I mean, if that's what you want to do,
I'm not saying
every team can go
that.
win a Super Bowl in 4 years.
I understand, but I'm just saying, like, how long do you wait until it's like
an average team wins the Super Bowl every 20 years?
I understand, but is there in this? I'm saying though, is there is there a time to panic, or do you just kind of go with the flow and figure it out?
I'm going to pull up the record by season, and I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't panic. Because I'm pretty sure they've gotten better.
I'm not saying you should panic, though. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, should you?
I don't know why. Why should you?
Because you're not fucking competing. You're not even competing.
So you're saying you should panic. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm saying you're not even... If you're not competing in your division, like the Cardinals, they're not competing in the NFC West.
How many wins did they have last year?
9, 10, 11, 12.
So why does that number keep increasing?
Because I don't know how many wins they had last year. I'm just saying, they're not. You're missing what I'm saying.
They were 11-6. They were second in the West.
You're not understanding what I'm saying, though.
But they're not competing in their division?
No.
They were second.
I don't know. Never mind. Forget it. Whatever.
I mean, I don't get what you're saying. I just don't understand.
I don't know. It sounded better in my head. Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's...
Calculated market values. Why does Kyler Murray say $43 million?
And they were 3-13, 5-10, 8-8, 11-6. They lost to the Super Bowl champion Rams in the playoffs.
Okay.
I don't know. Not every team could go win a Super Bowl.
That's fair. That's a fair statement.
The way that you're explaining it, I feel like every team should go rebuild. Because the Cowboys should. The Ravens should.
Well, if you feel that way, they should.
That's what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I was asking like a rhetorical question. Like, is there, like, should that be a thing or no? Is what I was saying.
No, because Kyler Murray is better than any quarterback that you can probably draft.
That's fair.
Because they bust more than they don't.
That's fair. That's a fair statement. Where do you see the Cardinals doing in the draft? What do you see them doing in the draft? Do you think line?
Should be line.
Like, what do you think they will do versus what do you think they should do?
I think teams should start looking at the Niners and building the roster similar to that. The Niners, the Rams. I think that's what they should start doing. In terms of what they will do, God knows.
What they do, the past 2 years, they've gone defense.
I can look at their draft history on here. This is actually pretty nice. Draft history, and then you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that their past 2 years have been
Collins and then Simmons and then Kyler and then Josh Rosen. Oh, jeez. Hassan Reddick.
Philadelphia Eagle legend. Best
they went pretty defense heavy last year.
Did they?
Yeah, 2 linebackers, a corner, a safety, and then they got a center. I think they should do offensive line. They don't show that position much love in the draft, it looks like, and that's what I would do, I think.
So, I mean, in theory, though, right there, offensive line, you're probably looking at maybe a Tyler Linderbaum if he falls, Zion Johnson, Trevor Penning, Kenyon Green. I mean, I like Zion Johnson a lot. He's growing on me a good bit, but
I mean, even if it's like second-round picks, I don't care.
I mocked him to Dallas last night.
You have 2 second-round picks. If you take both linemen, one of those guys will be a decent starter.
It's fair.
So, you have 2 fifth-round picks. If you take both linemen, one of those guys might be all right. I just think that's what you need to do. You already have your center in Rodney Hudson. And when you have, like, one solid offensive lineman, it's kind of easier to put 2 solid ones, 2 decent ones next to him. Especially, like, center. Because you can double-team easily for one of those guards. So one of them doesn't have to be that good.
That's fair.
Tackles are a lot harder
to come by, yeah.
And with late picks,
nah,
you might not be able to do that.
23 they pick, actually. The Patriots pick 21.
So if they get couple good guards in a draft, I wouldn't hate them for it.
Yeah,
I think it's a smart idea. They should have drafted Creed last year, if they could have.
Yeah.
Or no, they signed Rodney Hudson.
But. Yeah. Alrighty. Moving on, the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh boy.
They lost Laken Tomlinson, offensive guard. 3-year, $40 million deal to the Jets he signed. They have a good bit of free agents.
40?
3 years, $40 million. Sorry.
That's what that's what I thought you said. I was asking.
Jason Verrett's a free agent. Raheem Mostert, K'Wan Williams, Jeff Wilson, Josh Norman, Mohamed Sanu, Jaquiski Tart.
Why'd you laugh when you said Josh Norman?
Because Josh Norman fucking sucks.
That's fair.
Josh Norman's garbage.
None of those guys are that good.
I mean, they were all starters for him last year. I mean, except the running backs, because they have 100 million running backs on their roster.
The only real good thing about the Niners is I feel like they have their core, in theory.
Trent Williams, Debo, Bosa,
Eric Armstead, D Ford, Brookham, Fred Warner.
Yeah.
And the Niners, they literally built a good O-line and then they built a good front seven on defense and then they just ran it.
And they have Trey Lance too. I mean, it sounds like Jimmy G's gone. It's just a matter of when they want to trade him.
And that's smart. And whatever picks that they can get,
It sounds like they might wait until OTAs. I saw.
Really?
Yeah, I saw something earlier that they would be willing to wait just because.
Well, I guess Trey Lance ain't winning the Super Bowl this year.
I mean, the Colts are scrambling for a quarterback, it sounds like. They've made calls to Jimmy G. The Texans said, no, you can't interview Deshaun Watson.
I don't even think there's anybody else out there anymore with Teddy gone.
Teddy's gone. Money-making Mitch Trubisky's gone.
Nick Foles is going to end up there.
Fucking Nick Foles. Fuck out
Back with Frank Wright.
The Colts, they're scrambling for a quarterback, but they want a quarterback before the season starts so they can get him thrown to the receivers and shit, I read.
I think the Niners should dump him off now to the Colts and get a draft pick. They have a second round, a third, 2/3, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, so they don't have a bad haul. You ain't going to get. I doubt they get a first for Jimmy, do they?
They want a first, but I mean, teams. I would.
Colts don't even have a first, do they?
No, the Eagles have it from the Carson Wentz trade.
That's why they okay.
Yeah, that the Eagles one of them Eagles first round picks is from Indy.
I mean, the Niners could, in theory, get a haul from the Colts, like seconds and thirds. They could get both the thirds for once, easy.
Yeah.
They could get.
You mean for Jimmy G?
Yeah, like the thirds that they got for Wentz, they can get both of those easy.
Yeah.
They can just get that whole
The Colts
thing.
are scrambling, bro. They need to do something.
Because the Colts are old, too. But we'll touch on them when we get to that division.
Probably next week, if I had to guess.
Probably.
Because they were supposed to be last week, but then the Russell Wilson trade happened. So they just keep getting pushed off to the third back burner.
The Niners do need O-line, though.
Yeah, who do they got on their O-line now? Trent Williams.
Mike McGlinchey and Alex Mack. Alex Mack is about 38 years
Alex
old.
Mack is old as fuck.
So they need...
And they just lost another interior offensive line.
They probably need to go guard in the draft. And then, when the guards
they
get
don't
going.
have a first-round pick either.
No, they have a couple threes. They have an okay...
Good value for what they need.
Yeah, so, I mean,
they're always making trades, though. I can see them fucking making a trade and trading up for somebody in the draft. They always do.
Yeah. I think the smart idea is just to dump picks on the O-line and probably secondary.
Aaron Banks they have. I think he started for them last year. They kept Juszczyk. I mean, they have their core. Brandon Ayuk, Javon Kinlaw, I forgot they drafted after they traded Buckner.
How much money do they got?
I'll tell you in a second. Let's see. Cap tracker. I don't know. They're about middle of the pack, I think. Let's see.
I don't know how much.
No, I lied. Hold on. They're 29th. They are negative $9 million behind the cap.
So who they got to cut? Oh, Jimmy G. They got to get rid of that.
Yeah. Because they
have to get rid of that before the season.
Yeah.
Because then they won't be bad.
Yeah.
He's $27 million. Yeah, he's going to go. He's got to go.
Send him to Indy.
And then once Jimmy G goes, then they can...
I mean, yeah, we didn't really see it before, but I think now that, a lot of teams still kind of need quarterback. A lot of teams are going to try and trade up for a quarterback. Because, I've always said, quarterbacks don't fall. Yeah. We ain't going to see any of the top quarterbacks going in the 20s. I mean, that's so rare. What? Lamar Jackson and it happened to Jordan Love, and people argued he wasn't even the top quarterback.
Yeah, there's going to be one of them guys that gets into the 20s because I don't know if they're that good, but
I mean, yeah.
Most of them are. Yeah.
But the mock draft I did yesterday, listen to this. Matt Corral, 22 to the Raiders. Kenny Pickett, 20 to Pittsburgh. Desmond Ridder, 18 to the Saints.
Okay, that's probably not happening.
No.
All those are probably not happening.
I know that.
Yeah, I don't know why the Niners are wait. That don't make sense.
They're what?
I don't know why the Niners would wait.
I don't know. Because I really think that they want a first-round pick. I really do. But I don't think that they're going to get a first-round pick. The Colts are first in cap? Holy shit.
Because they don't have a quarterback.
Yeah. They have $63 million.
And they don't have a quarterback.
Oh, my God.
They don't have one quarterback on the roster. Huh.
They have Sam Ellinger. Hook 'em.
Yeah.
Hook 'em horns.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So fucking bad, bro. Jesus Christ.
I can't believe it. At least they got something back for I can't believe they traded for Carson Wentz.
And then they fucking traded him. Like, oh my God. How poverty are you? It's like the Vikings giving Kirk Cousins $35 million next year.
Making him the highest paid quarterback in probably the last
100 years. Tom Brady's never even seen Kirk Cousins'
Kirk
money.
Cousins has over $200 million.
Tom Brady hasn't even thought of Kirk Cousins' money.
I think Kirk Cousins made like $220 million.
Yeah, something like that. It's fun. Like, Kirk Cousins made fucking stupid-ass money. Like, for no reason.
Oh, yeah. It's...
Kirk Cousins made dumbass money.
This says 140, but I think with his next contract, he's like
Yeah.
215 or something.
Not good.
Wild. Good for him, though.
Yeah. Let's see if any other trades have happened before we get on to the Super Bowl champion Rams. The Jags made another big move. Zay Jones.
From Buffalo?
Yep. No, from the Raiders.
Oh, yeah, he was a Raider.
Chargers got J.C. Jackson. Fucking good.
Was Zay Jones? The Jaguars spent so much money.
They tried
They
to
do this shit every year, man.
J.C. Jackson went fucking way too much money. The Giants are shopping Saquon and James Bradbury as we speak.
Saquon's going to end up getting traded for a bag of chips.
Yeah.
The Twitter's going to break out.
All right, let's the Colts can't trade for Jimmy G. Sounds like they're going to get Marcus Mariota if they don't get Jimmy G.
I mean, it ain't horrible.
He'll be a good bridge quarterback for a year.
Why is nobody going after Tyler Huntley for a year?
I don't know.
I'd go after him for a year.
Why not? Yeah,
I feel like he has more upside than Mariota.
that's fair. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really heard his name much at all.
He was tendered by the Ravens, whatever that means.
I think that means
If some team gets him, then they get a pick or something.
they had the Ravens, or they have to give
The Ravens a pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess if they tendered him with a second-round pick, if you want him, you could sign him, but you have to give Baltimore a second-round pick. Something like that. I'm not really sure how it works.
Yeah.
I need a fucking drink. I'm going to go grab a drink after we record this. All right. The Super Bowl champion defending Rams.
They have...
Lowest salary cap.
Are we sure?
I am positive.
Minus $22
I just
million.
looked. They're negative $23 million almost. 22.889599.
Draft picks? None.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Literally probably none.
In terms of letting players go? None.
They just extended an offensive tackle who I'd never heard of for dumbass money.
I think that
Andrew Whitworth's replacement.
the problem is, can the Rams run it back without Odell Beckham Jr. or Von Miller?
I'll tell you what, the Rams ain't running it back anyway because God Brady's back, motherfucker. They do have a lot of free agents.
Ogbo Okoronkwo's a free agent?
Uh-huh. Oklahoma Sooner legend. They lost Austin Corbett already, offensive lineman to the Panthers. Von Miller's a free agent. Darius Williams is a name in the free agent market who's generating a lot. And Odell Beckham.
Darius Williams for market value. Oh, God.
Yeah. Same with J.C. Jackson getting $100 million.
5 years, 82 ain't horrible. Is it?
5-year what?
5 years, 82.
Ain't that what J.C. got?
That's what I was saying.
82 16.4.
I heard you guys were close. It was just like the bonus or whatever.
I mean, what's Ramsey making? 20? 22?
When Ramsey gets a new one, it's going to reset the whole thing. I don't know. 17, 18.
Did you see him go on Twitter and rip Christian Kirk?
No.
He was like, how are these players that we're locking up making so much more than us? Like, and he was pissed the Jags wouldn't pay him, but the Jags paid fucking Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
That's what he was pissed about.
He wasn't ripping Christian Kirk personally, but
Who are the what are the Rams gonna do? I think they gotta just go in. I mean, I don't even have a mock draft for them because what are they picking? The third round? Is that their first pick?
third, 5, 7, 7.
Jesus Christ. They got to try and bring in free agents and try and sell out for one more Super Bowl.
They can't even bring in free agents. They have to try to bring the team back and sell out for another Super Bowl. I don't know if they can, but, we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, I don't really know. Predictions for this division next year?
Oh
my God, this is so hard.
Well, the Seahawks are at the bottom.
Yeah, Seahawks are at the bottom.
Consensus.
Then
I'm going to put the Niners next.
Really?
And they have the youngest quarterback. I always go to that.
That's fair.
And then Cardinals and then Rams.
I would flip. I'm leaning more toward from top to worst, Rams, Niners, Cards, Seahawks, same as it was this year.
I'm pretty sure the Cardinals finish higher than the Niners.
Oh, well, the order we did the thing in, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't realize that's why, because we usually do it in order based off worst to first.
I just think that the safest way to get out of being wrong is to say that the rookie, quote-unquote rookie quarterback doesn't.
That's fair. I mean, who knows, though? Who knows what Trey Lance is going to be? I think he could be pretty good if...
Trey Lance could be really good.
Yeah, I think Trey
But
Lance...
it doesn't mean he's going to win 12 games in his first season.
That's also very true. That's very true.
Trey Lance could be really, really good, and he could still go out there and win 8 games.
Yeah.
So that's why I took the Cardinals over.
That's fair. And I think that's about to wrap this one up.
I think so, too. We didn't really do a division breakdown or a breakdown for the Rams because it's kind of impossible.
When you're negative 20... When the team's negative $23 million, it's hard to... Oh, go bring in this guy. Re-sign this guy. Because you really fucking can't.
Can't do shit.
There's nothing. You literally owe money. You literally just... You don't have... You're spending $23 million that you don't have, in theory.
Is Andrew Whitworth coming back? Because I feel like...
No, he already retired. I'm telling you, they just re-signed...
So why is he a $17 million cap hit still?
Because they probably owe him fucking money.
So it's going to go in a dead cap.
Yes.
So you'll probably lose $8 million into that or something.
Let's see. Colin Kaepernick seen working out with Tyler Lockett. Who cares? They both suck.
Because I remember when Frederick retired and it cost us $6 million for 3 years. I was like, what the hell?
I just can't believe,
just pay him money.
I can't believe fucking Christian Kirk is the third highest paid receiver in football and he's not that good. Christian Kirk sucks.
What does it go? Amari Cooper, Christian Kirk?
No, I'll show you the graph. It's D-Hop, Julio, Christian Kirk,
That's not
Devontae
true.
Adams, Keenan Allen.
How much is Christian Kirk making?
$21 million a year.
He's 4 years, $72 million is his contract. That's not a good graphic.
And this is annually, so base just salary.
No, that's not a good graphic.
That's not?
No. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he's up to 84, but he's really 72. And Amari Cooper's 5 years, $100 million. So if Amari Cooper ain't on that picture, then...
There's still great talent. Teron Armstead, Chandler Jones, Von Miller, Carlton Davis got re-signed, I think.
Because...
The Patriots bought back Matthew Slater. That's the biggest signing of the day. The Seahawks bought back Sidney Jones.
Look, 4 years, 72.
Okay, so what's that a year?
18.
Okay, so he's still top 5, 6, 7. Seahawks are re-signing Al Woods. Damn, we missed all these huge signings.
Yeah, well, we'll touch on that on the next video.
Yeah, we will. Be sure to check that out.
Nobody gives a hoover damn about Al Woods, who's 33.
Show us some love. And yeah, check our video out. And we will probably see you guys later this week with another upload.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Because free agency's wild. It was already day 1. Nothing's official till Wednesday. But yeah, we'll see you guys probably later in the week. Tuesday, maybe even tomorrow. Who knows? Or probably Wednesday. But
it would be Thursday.
Well, no, because if something big happens tomorrow, we'd probably record tomorrow, no?
I would say only Watson would make us record tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because at that point, there will be more stuff that happens. So we might as well wait until...
That's true. Maybe we could record 2 more days this week if the rest of the big free agents get signed and if Watson gets traded.
Watson would be the only... Watson is a huge deal.
Yeah. But I'll say we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Thank you guys for watching. Show us love. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you.
Peace.